Oh my gosh, Genovesa has so many birds, like everywhere. So many boobies of all kinds, Nazcas, red-footed, blue-footed, and apparently, while they look the same to us, just a little bit different colors, apparently it's like the difference between a giraffe and an elephant to them. Hey, Jess here from Jessie on a Journey, coming to you live from the Galapagos Islands aboard the MY Passion. In this video, I'm going to be sharing the experience of Day 2 when we explored the island of Genovesa, one of the major birding islands of the Galapagos. I officially am obsessed with boobies. This is just like the ongoing joke in the group, but honestly, we saw the blue-footed boobies, the red-footed boobies, the masked boobies, and Genovesa is one of the two major birding islands in the Galapagos Islands, and we got to experience it in a variety of ways. So in the morning, we started with a really good breakfast. This cruise definitely knows how to do food. And then we took a short panga ride over to Darwin Beach. So what is really special about bird watching in the Galapagos is the birds actually sit right by you and they fly around your head, and they're really, really easy to hang out with and photograph. Versus if you go to, like I've been bird watching in the Amazon and India, where the birds really just kind of fly away from you as soon as you see them. You have like 1 second to photograph them. So here, I mean, quite honestly, I've never taken so many photos on a trip. I have about 1,300 pictures, and that's with like deleting pictures. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunities to photograph the wildlife here. What's really interesting, you've probably heard of the blue-footed booby, which is, you know, the bird that's everywhere in the Galapagos. But the red-footed boobies are actually more prevalent, but they're harder to see because they're in fewer places. So on Genovesa, we saw a ton.
Nesting. You can, if you come a little bit to this side, you'll see pretty much just bring some twigs, some vegetation which is called salt bush, which is all those green bushes back there. Break a little bit, start forming their nest, and they will lay one egg. Red-footed boobies will only lay one egg.
We also got to see a lot of the boobies laying eggs, and we learned what jerks frigate birds could be. So apparently frigate birds are the thieves of the Galapagos birding society or community, and they'll actually just steal the boobies' eggs for no reason. It's not that they eat them or anything. They will just grab them, fly up, and drop them and kill them. So that's kind of, you know, nature at its meanest, but you know, that's I guess part of it and learning about it in the Galapagos. Honestly, the frigate birds are beautiful. After hearing that story, I kind of didn't like them as much, but honestly, they're the ones with that big puffy balloon. There's great frigate birds and magnificent frigate birds, and they totally deserve the name. They are so beautiful. They use that balloon to kind of attract a mate, and it puffs up really, really big, and the bigger the balloon, the more attractive to the female the frigate bird will be. Now, like I said yesterday, our guide, Robert, is a wealth of information of the plants, the wildlife, and the unique features of, you know, Genovesa and the rest of the Galapagos.
Carpenter bee. But actually, I would say it's one of the most important animals in Galapagos, because the pollinator #1 in Galapagos, yeah? And this guy is actually, when we have the flower in the prickly pear, a yellow flower, we'll have no problem if the prickly pear has big, small thorns, stiff thorns, no problem. But in islands where you don't have high presence of this carpenter bee, the prickly pears have adapted so well that they pretty much have reduced the size of their thorns, and they have made them really, really soft in order to allow mockingbirds and finches to be the pollinators. Right?
You can't visit without a guide. I mean, you actually can't, because the national park needs the guide to always see where you are. Like, for example, on a hike maybe somewhere else, you could go run off to take a picture of something or to pee in the woods. Like, you cannot do that here. You always have to be with the group, because they really, really want to make sure that you're not accidentally like stepping on a bird nest or something like that, which is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. Is one of the reasons the Galapagos is the place that it is, that people all want to visit, and it's so pristine, and there's so much wildlife here. After our walk, we snorkeled with wetsuits. It was a little chilly, but honestly, with the wetsuits, it was totally fine. We saw rays and tropical fish like parrotfish and yellowtail sturgeon. Apparently, sometimes you can see sharks, which we did not see. I was actually in the Galapagos probably 8 years ago, and I snorkeled at Kicker Rock off of San Cristobal, and it's still to this day is one of my favorite experiences because I snorkeled with hammerhead sharks, and that was something I was really, really scared to do. So I felt like I faced a fear and also did something really unique that I definitely would never be able to do back home in New York. After that, we came back to the ship. We had our usual 3-course lunch because, like I said, you get fed really well on here. Then my fiance and I went for a dip in the hot tub on the upper deck to relax. And then a few of us went kayaking in search of fur seals that are within the walls of the old volcano. So Genovesa is actually inside a volcano. When you park your ship, you're in a volcano, and you can see, this would be the crater rim, what used to be the crater. So you can kayak along these kind of volcano walls, which is a really, really, really unique experience. And inside of them, of course, you see all the birds, but there's also sea lions and fur seals. And note that fur seals are not seals. There are no seals in the Galapagos. That's a mistake a lot of people make. Sea lions, like, there's many, many differences between these animals, but one easy way to know the difference is the sea lions have the external ears and the seals have the internal ears. Both are equally adorable. One highlight while we were kayaking was that one of the sea lions actually jumped in the water and swam and played alongside our kayak. So that was really, really, really cute. I'm personally, everyone has their favorite Galapagos animal. I definitely love the sea lions, though apparently at some point we might see penguins, which I don't know if I've ever seen in the wild, so that would be pretty awesome. Finally, we ended with a visit to Phillips Steps to visit one of the more isolated parts of the Galapagos, still Genovesa, but a different part. So we walked up these really kind of jagged, uneven steps that are built into the volcano walls again. And we ended up on this landscape that is, it almost reminds me of a Tim Burton movie or a Dr. Seuss novel. It's really otherworldly, jagged, barren branches just rising from the ground, and it's all volcanic rock and uneven. A lot of people had walking sticks. The really special thing here, you can see all kinds of birds. This is Genovesa, but they have a masked booby breeding colony there. One of the few places in the Galapagos where you can see that. And the masked boobies are the largest of the 3 booby species, and they're also, a lot of people say they're the most handsome. They have definitely the funniest face. They're also very, very, very friendly. Like, they come right up to you. You should always keep your 6 feet of distance between yourself and the wildlife, but they definitely aren't trying to get away from you at all. They'll walk right up to the path. We saw 2 fighting with each other. We saw a bunch kissing right next to us. It was really, really great to see. Finally, we left from Phillips Steps. We did a sunset panga ride, again, to see those sea lions and fur seals within that volcanic wall rising up from the water. We saw a bunch more, got some great, great, great photos. I definitely, by the way, recommend getting a telephoto lens for this trip if you don't already have one. I've been getting so many great wildlife shots, and I know that if I did not have this lens, I would have been really, really, really bummed. You're just not going to get the amazing photos, if you're into that, with your phone that you could with the telephoto lens. So today we're actually still at sea, but we're going to be docking at Marchena, and then we're going to be heading to Santiago. So definitely subscribe so you can get notified when that video publishes. I'm going to be telling you all about that tomorrow and what that experience was like, and I just can't wait to see what today brings. It's going to be amazing.